Can I get a raise of hands who here considers themselves to be a degen? We have one. Okay, let me tell you this. If you're a meme coin project that wants to be successful, you need to be a degen. But if you're a professional project that needs to be successful, you also need to be a degen. And now, today, I'm going to explain you exactly how, why, and when to employ degenism into your marketing tactics. So today we're going to cover the difference between degenism and professionalism, what it even means to be a degen, and what it means to be a professional in the Web3 space, how to approach one, how to approach the other, when to choose each one, and some funny do's and don'ts and some very slippery things that happened in the past month in the Web3 marketing space. So what it really means. Degen is chaos, memes, and culture. Degenism is KOLs, influencers, it is raiding Twitter posts, it is that signal your friend sends you at 1:30 a.m. on Telegram and with a contract address and says, buy this, go all in. That is degen. And sometimes people, when they hear degenism, especially a bit more business people, they roll their eyes, they think, oh, this is something for the idiots, you know, this is something for the low-hanging fruit. But with how the crypto space is evolving, many people are becoming degen. I can also say for myself, I'm now full on degen mode, checking what I will buy over Telegram and over Twitter. I don't care about the chart. And that is what degens do. And then on the other hand, we have professionals. That is your old Web 2 way of, okay, let's first settle this marketing strategy before posting anything. And then after 3 months, you still didn't have a yes for from every suit about this marketing strategy. You still didn't post anything, and you have your token holders being angry and asking when marketing in the group chat. That is professionalism. But also, it is really important to step your best foot forward, because you guys are not meme coin projects. I'm not here to say how meme coin marketing works. You're a real project, but you need to show your face, you need to establish clear communication, and we're gonna go over that today. Just remember, please, these 3 profiles. These are 3 founders. Obviously, you all know CZ. Jess, he is the founder of Base. He is also very famous in the crypto Twitter space. And then we have Ethan. He is the founder of one DeSci project, Curetopia. And as you can see, he also is a KOL that is promoting not Web3, but his own research, and his audience is Web3 people. That is what we are striving for. I'm going to tell you more later. And the best thing is you don't need to choose one or the other, and you shouldn't choose one or the other, because your project's marketing will fail. You cannot go full degen if you're a wallet, because it will bring 0 trust to people if you are just degen. But also, if you are only professional and not engaging your community, then your wallet will get lost in the sea of 10,000 other wallets that exist. So we will see what you can do to get the best of both worlds. How to establish professionalism? First, and the most important one, is clear communication. So communicate everything, even if you have a hack, even if there is like a huge token dump for some reason. You don't need to communicate it on Twitter, because there it stays, but communicate it to your Telegram audience at least. Don't just, when people start asking about the price, you cannot ignore these messages. You need to like tell them what is your plan, how you plan to fix it. They shouldn't be worried. This is what professional means. One thing I always say to founders, because every time I say personal brand, all the founders say, yes, I know, and they take their head in their hands, and it is a nightmare. Guys, you need to embrace being cringe. I'm sorry, it is how it is. You need to be cringe. Like, you need to post every day on Twitter your internal thoughts, updates from your project, but not just be a promo machine. So, for example, if you are building gaming infrastructure, nobody cares if just every day on your Twitter it is like update from your project. People don't care. But You're a gamer, okay, what games are you playing? How you got into gaming? What is the problem in the gaming space right now? What is the future of the gaming space? Those are the things that your audience wants to hear, wants to see, and your personal profile is much better placed to put that than on the brand's page. So yes, guys, embrace being cringe. Then, as I said, staying active and present in the community. That is, that is GM messages and messages, but not just that. It should go beyond that. You should think how to engage the community by maybe asking them questions. What do they like the most about your project? When you have a newcomer in, you ask him, how did you hear about us? And stuff like this. This is really, really helping foster this sense of community with people, and they are much more likely to turn into long-time supporters. When you have the founder or the managing director or somebody actually speaking to these people on Telegram. That doesn't mean you need to be glued to your phone 24/7. No, but a couple times a day when you're done with coding or with filing texts or whatever, go and reply to messages, because then people believe the team. It is not just somebody behind the mask, behind the screen, somebody not doxed. Which brings me to another thing, you should be doxed. Like, if you want to seem professional, you should be doxed. Like, you should have a LinkedIn page, these people should know your background, why are you in the team, how are you adding to the team, and why is it bullish that it is you making this project. It is not the same if somebody from the street comes and say, yes, I'm making a new wallet, or if somebody that has, I don't know, 10K followers on Twitter, and maybe you are a developer with many contributions to the open source, and you say you are making a new wallet. It is completely different level of trust. And lastly, focus on real partnerships and not just fake signals. So I see sometimes people say, okay, we might get listed on this exchange, or the fake AMAs that I hate. When two projects that both have like 50 followers each, they host each other on the AMAs. And then it's not just that they have maybe one AMA, they have 10, and they announce everyone and make a recap. That's just like noise. You don't need that. And that sounds insecure. It is not something that a real professional would promote, because it is not worth promoting. Now to the fun part, how to degen. We have two parts. People are afraid of degening because they say, oh, but I'm a professional. I don't want to lose my credibility. What will people think of me if I post a meme? And I want to tell you a story about what happened to me. So I'm deep into decentralized science space. I love it so much. And I was working with a client, and their head of research, she's a scientist. She is a 50-year-old Canadian old-school scientist. And we were hired to do their branding, their socials, and everything. And they are publishing platforms, so they wanted to be fun and bold, not too much, but a little bit degen. And our first problem arose when we did the branding. And branding was like in this pink purplish color, let's say. It was a bit bold because they had a podcast and we wanted people to click on that podcast. And this scientist lady, she told me, and she says, you know, Paula, I'm really worried because what when my scientist friends see my face on this bold background? My reputation that I've been building for so many years, it will go through the roof. And I couldn't believe that somebody actually thinks that because there is a bold pink design, their reputation that they were building as a scientist will go away. But people do think that. And this is just an exaggerated example, but many, many founders say, okay, but if we start posting memes, then people will not take us seriously, etc., etc. That is not the truth. That is not the truth. Your investors are people mostly already in the Web3 space. Having degen approach in a normal manner is bullish. It is telling to people you are up to date with trends, you are quick, because degen is all about the hype. So if you make one meme that was popular 1 month ago, it's cringe and you shouldn't do it. But if you make a meme that's popular right in that moment, that is signed to your community, that your marketing manager is on his or her toes, watching the crypto Twitter space, and will be able to react when it will be next push to bring new investors in, which in turn will make your old investors make money. So this is kind of, I just wanted to make this disclaimer that you do need a degen approach, and it will not ruin your reputation if you do it smartly. So how to do it smartly? First, yes, memes. That doesn't mean your Twitter feed should be just memes, memes, memes. But when there is something fun, for example, there was that toy skit maybe a month ago. Probably you saw it everywhere on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. It was with ChatGPT, make me a toy kit. That is like that's a really nice meme, you know, that cannot ruin your reputation at all. So if you're a wallet on Ethereum, you will have like Ethereum sign, some wallets, like some UI there. It looks cute, everybody is recognizing it. It will get many likes because it is popular, so bring some new people, some new audience. So yes, memes, please don't be afraid of memes, guys. There is no reason to be afraid. Then tap into real community voices and use KOLs. I'm not saying use KOLs, throw money at a KOL agency and hope for the best. No, absolutely not. It is much better to find 5, 6 KOLs that work in your space. Don't hire, in my opinion, as a marketing agency, I tell you, don't hire a marketing agency for KOLs. Do it in-house. Find 5, 6 ones that are good, have good reach, and care exactly about what you do. And then go with them. Because these shillers, what people are paying, it makes really no sense. It is a bad look for the company. Anybody that is in Web3 longer than 6 months can recognize shilling as opposed to actual promoting something that you believe in. And that can ruin, that is degening too much, I would say. And lastly, on this part, run raids and X pushes. So what it means, a raid? A raid is when you, for example, have a new Twitter post or some blog or some challenge, and you say to your community, okay, let's raid this post. There is also Telegram bots that can do this. And then everybody goes to like or retweet or share in let's say 20-minute radius when the post is just published, because then the algorithm picks it up the best. It is not the same if you push the post when you first post it or if you push it in 3 days. If you push it in 3 days, you don't push it at all. The time has passed. So how the raids work, you post a post, you send to your Telegram group with your community, say, hey guys, super bullish, we are launching our new feature next week. Please, everybody share, and then all they share, and wow, so good. So yes, that is the way to go. Then next, how to degen more without becoming a clown. When you want to say something really controversial or poke fun, then what you should do is make an intern account. That is a foolproof way that will not ruin your reputation. So for example, we have near intern, base intern, many different intern accounts. Why? Because this is not your project's official account. I can now make Polkadot.intern account, and who can ban me? Nobody can ban me. And if I want, I can hold day shitpost about Polkadot there, and maybe I get some following. So how to use intern accounts in your advantage? You take it, you make an intern account, you shitpost as an intern would, but then also you use it to promote your projects in the same tone of voice of the account. They can also criticize your competitors. It is intern account. You can say, we don't have anything to do with this account. And it is how it is done in the Web3. It is like this cool way of being able to speak your mind, to be able to be more degen and being sure it will not kick you back in the ass. Remember Jess from Base? I wish one marketing stunt he did, which we will go over later, it would have been better if he did it with the intern account, and you guys will see why. Then next, co-marketing. Find other projects in your niche that are not your direct competitors and do co-marketing. That includes AMAs, that includes project promotion. So for example, let's say, again, gaming infrastructure company, best games in Web3 in 2025, Cred. Then they will repost. Their community is already Web3 gamers, right? So they are interested in your gaming infrastructure token. That is how you should do it. Then next, engage your community in raids, as I already said. And lastly, include each other in questing loops. We will go over questing a bit more later, but questing loops, what it means is I have a quest, okay, like, follow, blah, blah, blah. But then my quest is also visit this other quest page. And this is from my friend or my competitor. And then it becomes like a big, big loop. I send you My project sends to another project's questing page. Other project's questing page sends to a third project questing page. And we are talking about airdrop farmers, right? So then at the end, you have a huge amount of engagement, which you cannot get if you do it on your own. You need to, if you want to have a really successful questing platform, you need to do co-marketing and co-questing. So that brings me to the important point, and that is when to be a Degen and when to be a professional. So Degen you should be when you need to grab attention, when it is something quick, something hype, and it is now or never. When you feel like now or never, it's Degen moment and go do it. In the worst case scenario, like people fucked up more than you, for sure. And professional moments, it is to establish trust, for partnerships, for investors especially, and yes, but you don't need to choose. You can do both. So when you want to grab attention, take the Degen approach. When you want to keep attention and keep trust, take the professional approach. What not to do? These are some real cases. First, Jess from Base. He made a viral meme, which was a GIF, basis for everybody, basis for gaming, basis for dealing, basis for this, basis for that. And one of them was basis for squirting. So there was a huge backlash. I don't know how guys active you are on crypto Twitter, but there was a big, big backlash. Every single girl that feels like a feminist, they came down. Base price, it was like, it didn't grow. I don't think it fell down, but this was exactly in the weeks where all the charts were growing and Base didn't follow. Like there was really a big backlash about this on the crypto Twitter space. So this is too much. Like, I hope you all understand why this is too much. But if he used an intern account, nobody could say anything. They would say, oh, Base is supporting this account, but they would say, oh, it's an intern account, it's just a joke. But when a founder from his personal profile posts Basis for squirting, of course everybody is gonna get mad, and of course he's gonna lose his credibility. So don't be Jess, don't lose your credibility. If you want to post nasty things, post them from intern accounts. Then Near Protocol, they had a live stream. This dude, he live streamed the nudes from his girlfriend. They say it's a marketing stunt. I don't know from firsthand. And then you have here the articles. Near Protocol ex-manager, now he is ex-manager, live streams nudes, apologizes to girlfriend. Here it is censored, but I saw this live stream and it was good-looking girl. But yes, this is also too much. This is not professional at all, and this is not even about being Degen. I mean, if it was really a marketing stunt, then it is being a Degen. But I think if you are a serious project like Near Protocol is, then this is too much. You shouldn't do this. And intern account, this doesn't make sense because intern account wouldn't live stream protocol updates in the first place. Then threads full of fake likes and comments. This is a slippery slope because when you employ raids, this can happen. So you need to be smart and not just say to everybody, okay, just comment, we need 20 comments of the token ticker. No, because everybody that knows anything about Web3 will see this, will recognize this as bullshit, right? You will go to project, see if you will invest in it, and you will see a ton of fake comments, and you'll just see, okay, this project has fake marketing. Maybe they have 1K budget that they are spending on these shillers. It's no use. So it is very easy to recognize this. Just go on any comments, and if there is so many comments that are all stupid, then these are paid shillers, and they bring no value to the project whatsoever. And I want to take now time to talk about quests. And before I turn the slide, can you please raise your hands if you know about Galaxy or Zili? Okay. Galaxy and Zili are the most popular questing platforms, just for the rest of you, and they are social quests. That means follow, like, repost. I just want to say I hate Galaxy and Zili, and you shouldn't use Galaxy and Zili. They're stupid, they're a waste of money, they're a waste of effort, and now I'll explain you exactly why. This is another DeSci project. The founders, Stanford, Harvard, very, very smart people. They are doing epigenetic testing for Asians. Super cool project. Look at their engagement. Opa, Look at their engagement. When I saw this, I told to the founder that is embarrassing because it is not even about the questing. It is about the questing done stupidly because whoever will have the same amount of likes, same amount of reposts, and same amount of comments on their post? Nobody. That is so fake, and that is from brainless questing. It is when you make the same, when you make likes, comments, and retweets amount to the same amount of points, and then everybody just does all three. And it is such a clear sign of fake engagement, and it is so bearish. Like, if I see this in a project, I'm not investing just from my, it goes against my heart as a marketer, you know? And one way to avoid this when you do the questing is to time it. So first, you put repost quest that is valid only maybe for 1 hour, and then the repost quest is gone. And then you still have a higher number of likes, you have reposts, but much less reposts, which is organic way how it should look. And comments, I don't think you should put comments in the quest, to be honest, because then everybody always comments stupid things, and it is also a clear sign. So yes, don't do this. Remember now this example, and if you have a marketing manager that tells you about Galaxy and Zili, forget about it. I will tell you now a better way to do quests. So
we're out of time.
Social quests.
So maybe a minute more.
Oh, okay, I will be quick. So social quests are useless. These people are brainless liking. They don't know anything about your project. So take learn to earn. So if you think you have a cool project, and I hope you do because you are working on something cool, first people read about it, then they solve a small quiz, and then they get points. Why is this good? Because they're not brainless. If somebody stops them on the street, on a conference, they can say 2 sentences about your project. If they really think it is cool, they will tell to their friends about it. And I'm telling you this from firsthand. I'm really passionate about decentralized science, and every time I learn about something, I go and tell to everybody and anybody. On-chain actions, smart questing, hold, trade, stake, you get extra points for this. So this is much more useful than likes on Twitter, right? Rewards, you can always, so questing, it is fake points, fake money. If you never do an airdrop, you're fine. Don't tell anybody I said this, but you don't need to do the airdrop. You should, but if you don't, it's fine. Nobody will say anything. And lastly, culture first, community narrative, don't rely on hype. Use it to your advantage, but it is not the hype that will make your project real. Fast feedback loops. So when the community says when marketing, don't tell them wait, but publish a Twitter post. Like, just do it right away. If they say we don't like the post, change it. It's your investors. It's people paying your whole marketing team. Don't lack structure, don't lack strategy, and don't lack delivery, but also on the other hand, please don't get stuck on revising the marketing strategy for 2 months before doing anything. That is like your train will pass. Degen to grab the attention, guys. Use professionalism to keep it. Culture will get you the click, but structure will get you the investors, the money, and the glory that you want. Thank you so much, guys.